On to step 1.3. So in 1.3, we are going to copy paste this phrase, um, net profit margin, and we're going to format and then the formula we're going to put to the right of it under each of the years is the net income divided by revenue for that year. And then we're going to format it as a percentage to two decimal places. Now you'll notice that this formatting as a percentage to two decimal places is in each of the following steps all the way down to line 6. So I'm going to do a shortcut and format everything at the same time, all those 6 lines. And then I'm also going to autofill this formula to each of the years. I'm going to build it in 2020 and then I'm going to autofill it down to 2024. So the formulas I'm going to be using, or the functions, sorry, that the keyboard shortcuts that I'm going to be using, autofill again, autofill that right. I'm going to edit the cell because when I copy it, I don't want to paste any formatting. And by editing the cell is a way to guarantee I won't be pasting any formatting. And then I'm also going to be formatting the number. Here's the percentage number, and it's Control Shift 5. And you wonder why is Shift 5? You'll notice that the 5 key has a percentage on it. So shift and you get the percentage when you hit shift. So shift 5 means percent. And control shift 5 will mean format that cell as a percentage. However, this doesn't do it to any decimal places, to 0 decimal places. So after we're done that, we're going to go control 1 to be able to change that to be 2 decimal places. So, and also the copy paste is Control C for copy, Control V for paste. So I'm going to go Control Tab to get back, and I'm going to copy this phrase, net profit margin, Control C. And now Alt Tab to get back to Excel, and I'm going to go to the cell I2 and F2 to edit it. So that you could just paste it Control V, but that would bring the formatting. So now that I'm in F2 to edit the cell, I won't be bringing formatting. Control V and enter. You might think that net profit margin is the net profit portion is in cell I2 and the margin is in cell J2, but it's not true. Look at the formula bar up here. J2 is empty. It's I2 that has the entire phrase. That's just the way that Excel works. It'll spill over to the next cell unless it's being used. And we're going to use it right now. So the formula is equal the net income. I think it's net income. Yep, net income divided by revenue. So net income for 2020, I'm just going to arrow over because I can't see what cell that is, C8, divided by the revenue for 2020. I can see that easily. It's C2. So I'm just going to type that in. You might wonder, what about the capital letter, the capital C for the 8 and the lowercase c for the 2? Upper and lowercase for formulas don't matter. And then I hit enter, and there it is. And I'm going to autofill this across. I'm going to go hold down shift, use the arrow keys to go across, Control R. Now, I want all these to be percentage, but not just these ones, down to line 6. So far this is selected. I can tell it's selected because there's a green bar border around the entire thing. And the first cell is not grayed out, and you might wonder why. And the answer is so that you can see what coloring the cell normally has. And that's so it's actually transparent, so you can see transparently what color it is. So now I want to select, I'm going to hold down shift so I keep what I've selected so far, and I use the arrow keys to go down to line 6. And I can tell it's gone down to line 6 because over here line 6 is darkened out and the columns are darkened out. So now I've got that whole thing selected, I can let go. Now I want to format that first as a percentage. So I'm going to hold down Control and Shift, and while I'm holding down Control and Shift, then I'll hit 5 once. There, that made it a percentage. Now I want to make it to 2 decimal places. So I'm going to hold down Control and I'm going to touch the number 1 once. That brought up percentage. And you'll see that percentage is blue. If I hit Tab, you'll see that it's not only blue, but it now has a little red border around it. That means I've selected it. Now if I hit tab, it's going to go into the next window, the sample window on the right, for percentage. And it's grayed out, and I can now type in a number 2, or I can use up arrows to go number 2. And then down in the bottom right hand, notice how OK has that blue line around it. That means if I hit enter, it'll accept that. And there it is. Everything's now the right format. Now you might wonder, I need to make this column wider, and I am later. I'm going to get all the text in here, and then I'm going to select all that text, and it will make it as wide as it needs to be for all the text, not just the first one, which is actually not the widest one. So we'll do that later. So Alt Tab to get back to our instructions, and we're now done with A1.3.